So today's session is that even I explain some total 10 data types. From that one, first five data types I explained, right? Like, integer, float, complex, boolean, none type. That is the part I explained, right? Now
Yeah.
we'll talk about the
Yeah.
string data type. So I'm talking about the string data type. Okay. So string means you already know that string means it's a collection of characters. Collection of characters, right? So the collection of characters we can do inside of the single quotes, or else we can do inside of the double quotes, and we can collect the group of characters inside of the triple quotes also, or else fourth way we can representing the string collection of characters inside of the double quoted triple quotes. This is the three ways we can representing the string type of data. We can store this group of characters as a one group. Okay, so type of B and save, paste and C and then D. Okay, let me try this data type. I just want to find the type of the data. Then it was returning the string, 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 and string, right? So here, this is the four ways we can representing the string: single quotes, double quotes, triple quotes, double quoted, triple quotes. Okay. So here we have a small difference. So the main difference is that, for storing the single line or single sentence or single line of characters. Okay. So for storing the single line, we can use the either single quotes or else double quotes. Okay. Other than that, like, if you want to store the a group of characters as a paragraph or multiple sentences, and then we can go ahead with the triple quotes.
Anjan, could you repeat that?
Yeah, sure. So if you want to store the a group of characters only in a single line, okay, so you can store anything, but it could be only one line. Then we can go ahead with the single quotes or double quotes. And
Okay.
I want to store the group of characters with multiple lines or multiple lines of sentences I want to be stored. Then we can go ahead with the triple quotes or else double quoted triple quote. Okay. Let me have an example. For example, this is Python program. This is Python program. This is the way you can able to collect the multiple characters in a single line. Okay. And next one is, this is Python program. Even this is also single sentence, right? A single line sentence, right? And other than that, like, so I want to be go ahead with the multiple lines or multiple sentences. For example, this is Python program. So here, how many lines of for this sentence? Four lines, right? So for example, I want to store the triple quote. Within the triple quote also, we can store the multiple lines. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is Python program. Okay. So here we have four lines, right? This is the way we can use the triple quotes and double quotes or single quotes or something else. Okay. Clear? If you go
Yeah.
and print the A and
Yes.
it
Yes.
was printing the Python program, and if it is printing the B, it was Python program, and then, and if you want to go with print the C, it was triple quotes, right? Four lines it is printing. Okay. And if I go ahead with the D, it was printing the four lines. Okay. So this is the way we can representing the string in a different ways. Any questions? Any questions? Jayapal Garu, now you
No.
understood, right?
Yes, yes, good.
Okay. Now, so for example, if you are storing the some kind of collections of characters, right? Collection of characters, right? So when we are collecting the characters, it could be some kind of order. So that order, generally we can call it as the index. Okay. So when you're collecting some kind of group of characters, so the characters, it could be stored in a some kind of specific procedure like positions. Generally, it's not order, it's a positions. Okay. So each and every character, it could have some kind of position. That position we can call it as the index. Generally, the index, it could be start with a zero and ends with what? So total number of characters minus one. That generally we can say that it's a length minus one. So if the sentence is characters, the length of the sentence is, for example, 10 characters. So the ending position is 10 minus one. It's a 9, right? So that's exactly. So we'll talk about that indexing part. For example, here I have the 6 characters. So the indexing starts with the 0, right? What is the position of position 0? It's a P. What is the position 1? What is the position 1? Y. What is the position 2?
P,
What is the position 3?
H,
Position 4?
O,
Position 5.
N.
And
So total we have the 6 characters. So which is starts with the 0, so that the last index position is 6 minus 1, so that it's a 9. Okay. So I want to be go for accessing these characters with help of this position numbers. So generally we can use the square brackets. A of 0, which is accessing the first character. Okay. So A of 1, it's accessing the second character. Okay. Friends, E of 2, it is accessing the T character. Okay. E of 3, H. E of 4, O. E of 5. Okay. So this is the way we can able to go for accessing the each and every character. Okay. So here the positions are 0 to length minus 1. So this kind of positions, we are calling it as the positive or else forward. So it's a positive numbers, right? And moreover, it's a left to right, so that we can call it as the forward indexing, positive indexing, or else we can call it as the forward indexing. So generally the indexing, we can use the negative numbers also. So minus 1 in the sense, it's the last character. What is the last character? N, right? So minus 2. For minus 2, O character. So minus 3. So with help of the negative numbers also, we can representing the H. Okay. So minus 4. Tell me guys, what is value of the minus 4?
O,
What is the value of minus 5?
Y.
Minus 6?
P.
P. So this is the way for the same character, it could have the two positions. One is the okay. So for the same character, it could have the two positions. One is the positive number, second one is the negative number. So the positive number for the P is 0 and the negative number for the P is minus length. So it's a reverse, right? So that simply we can call it as the negative indexing or else backward indexing. So which is from right to left, right? So that backward. Okay. So we can try to be go for giving the negative indexing as well. So A of minus 6. So what is the position value of y in in terms of negative? -5. This one? -4. T position? Sorry, H position?
-3.
-2. Okay. Yeah. See, for the same thing we are accessing, right? Sorry, TTHHOONN, right? So for the same character, it could have the two position numbers, which are positive number as well as negative number also, we can use it. So this way we can accessing the characters from the string. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay. Now, so far we are accessing only single character, right? For example, I would like to go for accessing the multiple characters at a time. So for example, I do have a string, which is Python programming language. Okay. So from this particular string, I would like to go for accessing the group of characters, continuous group of characters. Okay. So by the time we can use the slicing, the concept name is slicing. Basically the slicing, it is very similar to the indexing and variable name. And within the square brackets here, we can mention the start index. And here we can mentioning the stop index. So in the position of start, whatever you mention from that particular position onwards, whatever you mention in the stop till before that no stop -1 till stop -1 characters we can access. For example, here I have a string is Python programming language. Okay, so Python programming language. So I would like to go for print the of. So I would like to go for accessing the program, including space is also it's a one index only. So 0 and this is one position, 2, 3, 4, 5, space is 6, 7 is my start index. From the 7th index onwards, 7 I want to access, 8 I want to access, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Till 13 I want to be accessed. If you want to access the 13th position also, we have to give the someone is extra. 13 plus 1, 14. Okay. So 7, from the 7 onwards, there are 7 characters. 7 plus 7, it's a 14, right? So there's 7 characters. So continuously 7 characters we are going to be accessing. Okay, program. So this is the way you can able to go for accessing the group of characters. For example, I forgot to mentioning the start index. If you forgotten to mentioning the start index, by default it could be considering the 0. By default it could be considering the 0, 0, 14. See Python program, right? For example, here you mentioning the start index, but you're not mentioning the stop. So if you're not mentioning the stop, then it could directly went to the length of that specific string. So you don't know the what is the length, right? So that I can use the length of A. So length of A in the sense total number of characters in this particular string. See, till the end we can access. So if you're not mentioning this top index till the end, whatever the characters we have it, that all characters, it can be accessible. Okay, that exactly the slicing. Any questions regarding about slicing and indexing?
No.
So in a slicing, if you want to be use negative indexing also, we can use it. It's up to. Yeah. Now, next one is dicing. Third concept is dicing. So dicing in the sense rolling, die in the sense rolling, right? So when it is rolling, it could roll with some step value. So every periodical element, for example, if I given the step is 2, every second element it can access. If I'm giving the step is 3, every third element it can accessing from starter to stop. That is the meaning of the dicing. Okay. It is very similar to the slicing only, but it could be accessing, rolling wise. Okay. So I mentioned 7 to 14. Every second element I want access, which means that 7 also I can access. 7th position, 7 plus 2, 9 we can access. 9 plus 2, 11 we can access. 11 plus 2, 13 we can access. 13 it could be less than the 14, so that till 13 we can access. Okay. And if I'm mentioning the, here it is the 3. So start index is 0, right? 0 plus 3, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 3, 12, 12 plus 3, 15, right? 15 is more than or equal to 14. So that till the 0 position element, third position element, 6th position element, 9th position element, 12th position elements we can access. Okay. So, even this is also same thing. Okay. And so if I'm not mentioning the length, so what is the length here? So if you want to find the length, so we have to, Python is having the 6 characters. Python is having the 6 character. Here it is a 7. 7 plus 7, 14. 14 plus 3, 17. 18. And this is 19. And 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. There are 27 characters are there, right? There are 27 characters. So for example, if I'm mentioning the 4, my stop is, for example, 4. So this moment, 7 plus 4, 11, 11 plus 4, 15, 15 plus 4, 19, 19 plus 4, 23, 23 plus 4, it's a 27. 27 is more than, it is not less than the 27, it's a equal to 27, so that we cannot access the last term. Okay. So if you run this one, we will be getting some kind of these values. I hope you clear this particular part. For example, I forgot to mentioning my step value. I forgot to mention my step value. So this moment it will work like a slicing only. So continuous characters we can access with the help of if you're not mentioning the step. Okay. Any questions regarding about this dicing? Guys, if and only if you're executed, then only we can understand this particular part. So basic things, if you're not executed, it could be very tough to understand why we are getting these values. Okay. Clear?
Yep.
Okay. Now, so for example, if you have a string, I want to modify the string. Is it possible? So once if you're assigning the string, once if you're assigning the characters, I just want to replace it. So in the position of 0 itself, small p, right? I want to replace with capital P. Okay. So this kind of replacement or this kind of modification, it won't be supported. You'll be getting the type error. So why we are getting the type error? We got the error. The reason is string is immutable. Immutable means we cannot modify the existing data. Once if you're assigned, we cannot modify the single character. Okay. We can modify the entire data, like, instead of using the p equal to Python, after storing the Python, we can using something like, p equal to program also. Okay. That it can be work, but the single character modification is not possible. So here instead of this p, the entire a, I would like to go for modify, for example, program. Okay. So this time you won't get an error because we can modify the entire string, but we cannot modify the single character. Okay. I hope you understood the difference between this one and this one. Here we are trying to be modifying the single character, but here we are trying to be modifying the entire thing. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So if you're trying to be modifying entire thing, we won't get any kind of error. Yeah, cool enough. Now, here I want to introduce some kind of functions in Python. It's a string functions. For example, if you have a string is having if you have a string is having some kind of characters, I want to be change all the characters are uppercase characters. Simply we can use the upper. After you modifying the upper, the data it is not updated. Okay. If you want to be update, then we have to assigning the result to the variable. Okay. So this is the result we are assigning to the variable a, so that a is updated. So this is the way you can update the entire string. So upper means all the characters are converting into uppercase characters. So like that, we have a lower. Lower means if you have a characters, if you have a string and it could have all the characters are uppercase characters, that you can able to converting into smaller case characters. Okay, with help of the lower. And for example, you have a string, but it could have the both uppercase characters and lowercase characters. Some of the characters are uppercase, some of the characters are lowercase. Okay. So now what we can do, we can alt swap case. In case of swap case, it's alter actually. Uppercase characters are converting into smaller case characters are converting into uppercase. That is the use of the swap case. Okay. And title. Title means, for example, so here we have two words, right? The first word, it could be uppercase character, remaining all characters are the lowercase characters. That is the use of the title. So when I'm using the title method, then string it was converting into the title format. So every word of the first characters are converting into uppercase character. Rest of the things are converting into lowercase. Next one is capitalize. So capitalize is the function. The first character is converting into smaller character, uppercase character. Remaining characters are converting into uppercase characters. Sorry. The first character is converting into uppercase. Remaining characters are converting into smaller case. That is the use of the capitalize. Okay. So capitalize, title, swap keys, lower. So lower. And this kind of functions, we can use it for manipulation of the string. If you want to be manipulate the string, then we can use this kind of methods. And meanwhile, we do have some kind of replace method is there. So replace is the function. So wherever the m is there, so wherever m is there, that I want to be converting into uppercase character m. Okay, we can convert into anything. Okay, you can convert into any character. but here generally I'm converting into uppercase character. Okay. See, previously here M is there, small m is there, that you're converting into capital M. For example, here we have the small o and both are small o's. Wherever the small o is there, that I would like to change as the upper o. So this way you can able to convert now anything you can replace with a single character. Okay. So if you are matching with this thing, you're replacing with this particular character. That is the use of the replace method. Okay. Next one is, so you have the 6 characters and the jet fill. If I'm using the jet fill, and so here when I'm using the jet fill, jet means 0 and the fill means filling the zeros. And here we have the width is 6. If I'm giving the more than the 6, then it is filling that remaining characters are zeros. If I'm giving the 7, 10, already 7 characters are matched, right? So 10 minus 7, it's a 3. There are 3 zeros we are adding at left side. So that is the use of the jet fill. Okay. Next one is center. So center is a function. It could be centering this entire string, but left side and right side we can add. So here we have the 10 characters, right? Already 7 characters are matched. So that left side 2 and right side 1 character, or else here we can give it like 12. Okay. So left side 3 and right side 2. So we are adding the anything. Here we can mention anything. Okay. For example, if I mention the A, right side and left side are adding the A, A's, and middle, it could be your original string. That way you can pad it. Okay. That is the use of the center. Next one is, here we have a method is strip. Strip is the function. Strip is the function which is strip. Okay, strip means, for example, right side and left side, which are the same characters from left and right. And moreover, if it is matching the A, then the A's which can be removing at left and right. Okay. Yeah. So we are accessing only middle thing. That is the use of the strip method. So here we understood the strip method, center method, and jet fill method. Okay, replace method, and capitalize method, title method, program method, swap case, lower, upper, right? Now, here we have a string. The string, it could have the uppercase character, only alphabets, only uppercase characters. So I want to check that all the characters are uppercase characters or lowercase characters. If you want to know it, then we can use the is upper method. Whenever I'm using the is upper method, if all characters are the uppercase characters, then it could be returns the true. Okay. A equal to Python. So if all characters are the smaller case characters, then I want to check whether it is really lowercase characters or not. Then we can use the is lower. Okay. Then it was returns the true if all characters are the small case characters. Okay. And for example, the string, it could be followed the title format. Then it could be returns the true. Otherwise, it could be returns the false is title. Okay. And for example, if a string, it could have only digits. The string, it just have only digits. Then we do have a function is digit. Is digit is a method. It could be returns the true if all characters are the digits only. Okay. Is alpha. So if it must be having either alphabets, either it may be uppercase alphabets or lowercase alphabets. If you have only alphabets, then is alpha is the function, it can be returns the true. Okay. And for example, the string, it could have the alphabets, smaller case alphabets or uppercase alphabets, and as well as digits also. That situation, I want to check that whether it is the having the uppercase, lowercase, and no, if we have digits also, I don't have an issue. Then is all num which meaning that either alphabets, either digits, either uppercase characters, either lowercase, or combination of this all, except special characters. Except special character, if is anything, then it could be returns the true. Okay, that is the use of the is all num, is alpha, is digit, is title, is lower, is up. Okay, and meanwhile, I have a string. It just have only spaces. If you string it, if you have only spaces, that I want to check whether it is having the space or not, only spaces or not, then we have a method is space. Then it was returns the true. Clear, right? Yep. So this kind of string manipulation functions are available in Python programming language. So most of the time we are working with these things. For example, I would like to go for finding the position index. I want to find the index. So I want to find the index value of the small p. It was returns the 0, right? Okay. So that is the use of the index. For example, find, even find also could be returns the index only. Then what is the difference between the index and find? In case of index, if the character was not found, uppercase character, if I'm giving the uppercase character, it was returns the value error. In case of find, if the character was not found, then it could be returns the -1. Okay, that is a small difference between the find and index. Clear?
Yep.
Yeah. So I would like to do some kind of operations as well. For example, if we have the two strings, the two things I want to be concatenate. Concatenates means addition of two strings. For that one, we can use the character is no addition. So a plus b. When I'm using the a plus b, which means that it's a concatenation. Okay, a plus b means these two strings we can combine. Okay. For example, if I'm using the multiplication, so multiplication of 3 in the sense, then this is the string, it was repeated 3 times. This is the string, it was repeated 3 times. Python, Python, Python. If I'm giving the 5, then 5 times it can be repeated. That is the use of this multiplication symbol. So string and the multiplication of the scalar, then it was repetition. And two strings, if I'm using the addition, then it's a concatenation. Okay. Clear? So here I want to list all the functions in string. So you can try to be go and work with this functions actually, where whatever the things I couldn't explain. So those things we can try to be investigate yourself, and we can try to be go for understanding yourself. Okay. So here we are not explain. I'm not explained. I explained about capitalize. So I was not explained about caseful, right? So your work is that you can go and work with what is the caseful and how we can use the caseful. Center I explain, count I explain. So, but here I'm not explain the encode. Ends with the okay. Extend, expand tabs, find explain. Format I was not explained. So whatever I was not explained, so your task is that you just go and work with these functions on your string data type. Okay. Clear?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. So I would like to upload this file into your Canvas folder. And can you please send me your mail ID so that I would like to give the access for this recordings? Madhavi,
Yes, sir.
can you send your mail ID in a chat? Naveen, you can send your mail ID in a chat. I can send you invitation link from the Canvas. Jaipal, Nitin, Satya, have you received the Canvas invitation?
Yeah, we received it.
Yes, sir.
So even if you click on this one, you will be getting the recording video. Okay. So if you want to access this one, you have to send your mail ID.
I don't have access to that.
Yeah, you can send your mail ID in a chat.
Yeah, sure.
In a Zoom chat, you can send it.
Okay.
So you will get the invitation from the Canvas,
Okay.
and you can accept that one, and you can set your own password. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Satya, you are not accepted the invitation from your end. You just open your mail ID. Madhavi, also you can send your mail ID.
Okay, sir, I'm sending.
So that's for today's session, and so we'll continue tomorrow's session regarding about some new data type. So there we would like to talk about a list data type. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, before that one, you can try to be go for practice the string data type, and I already given some kind of homework, and you can try to be practice that one. You can send back to me. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
Nitin and Jaipal, have you understood right? Is everything is fine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Then you can practice it and you can send me that code.
Okay, sure. Bye, Angel. Good night.
Okay.
Madhvi, I'm waiting for your mail ID. So Madhavi dot J10, sorry, 01, right? 02 at gmail.com. Yeah, Naveen.
Hello. Yeah, Chaban. Hello.
Naveen, comfortable Telugu?
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
Okay. Just 1 second.